What is up, guys? It's me, Gino, otherwise known as Crekkan, because that's my channel name. And you may be wondering, wait a minute, this isn't a normal video, this isn't a normal onboard. No, it's a commentary. Now, albeit it's not a live commentary, that's for another time. But in this video, I'm kind of just like gonna try and commentate over this video, but the main purpose is to let you guys know what my channel plans are, because I'm finally deciding to try and make some videos, try and grow the channel, try and do something different, make this a proper hobby, not just something I would upload a good onboard now and again. I would try and like make some sort of series, or just try and talk to my subscribers and all that stuff. I don't have many, and well, hopefully I'm gonna try and grow that, and over the course of however long this project of mine, or whatever you want to call it, however long this lasts, hopefully I can improve as a speaker, as a commentator, and as a driver, because well, iRacing, I'm returning to it, and this is actually my first race back. So I would say I've only done about, overall track time before this race, about 30 minutes of practice, then about 10 minutes of qualifying, and to be honest, when you saw the start, me jumping into first from, I think I was, what, third? Yeah, third. I was pretty surprised, because the driver in first place, he was 2 seconds quicker than me in qualifying, and the guy in second place was 1 second quicker. So yeah, very surprising for me there. But I suppose I better get into this video and what my channel plans are. Now, as you may know, if you're a new subscriber or an older subscriber, or I've just checked my channel out recently, but I uploaded a review of F1 2014, a should you play, and I'll put a little annotation on the video right about where the picture is now, and take a have a watch, give a like, maybe share it, please. Yeah, as a small channel, I never really, I kind of hoped that the video would probably get a few more views than it did. I'm really happy with how many likes and comments it got. I mean, I'm pretty chuffed with that. It's not every day that I get that many comments. I mean, this might not be much if you're like a bigger YouTuber and you're somehow watching this, or if who doesn't watch your bigger YouTube channels? It's YouTube. But I mean, what, I think there was like 10, 11 comments. I was pretty chuffed with that. That was pretty good. And 16 likes, only 2 dislikes. One of them is somebody who got a bit angry because I kept pointing out how bad the game is, and that's kind of just giving a clue what the outcome of a should you play is. But to kind of get back on topic, my idea was to, from now and again, to do these should you plays, every, I don't know, a new game every month or something like that. But considering how lazy and unmotivated I am, I never really, I haven't even started work on the next one. The next one was either going to be MotoGP 14, Total War Shogun 2. I like that game. It's pretty good. So, or I'm thinking about now maybe one to do with iRacing, and considering that this is what I'm going to be playing for the foreseeable future, I suppose that will probably be the best idea, to try and do a should you play on iRacing, see if that can help grow the channel a bit more, and just have fun with it, and at least review something which I'm playing constantly and which I've played before. This is my I think this is my 3rd stint now on iRacing, and yeah, I think it's the 1st. No, is it the 4th? I remember as well, I think I was 15 when I first started playing the game. Played, you know, racing with Skip Barber all the time, but I keep going off course. I'm supposed to tell you my channel plans, and I keep going off course. But yeah, that's the basic gist of it. My one of my, I suppose, projects within a project is this Should You Play series, which I review a game and it's a yes or no answer, and I'm hoping I can get another one sometime soon, but it's kind of just something I'll do on and off as like a special video. Yeah. See, I'm not good with this. This is my first time just doing something. This is completely off the top of my head, and I'm not used to doing commentary like this. But at least I can speak a lot, and hopefully I've still got your attention. I've still got quite a while to go, but I don't think I'll be talking the entire video. But well, we'll see how far we get. And yes, yeah, okay, let's keep going. So the other idea, the other channel plan I had was to obviously do live commentaries with iRacing. So that would be, you know, pretty long videos. I mean, if I'm doing GT3 series, which you see now, which is probably the series I'm most quickest to adapt to. It's probably one of the easiest series to adapt to, and probably get the quickest at. I mean, the series itself is very it can be very wreck-festy. I mean, I can remember in the first season when the field was just full of Porsche cars, or the roofs. That's what should be correctly called, but we just call them Porsches anyway. But my god, it was terrible. I remember one time when I was like one race away from hitting 4,000 iRating. I was within the top 1,000, as I nearly got hit there. So I was, yeah, one race away from 4,000 iRating, and I have one of the most luckiest races of my life. And then, like, out of the next 30 races, about 20 of them is just bad luck. Either me losing iRating, losing safety rating, or just, you know, hitting par, I suppose, like just not increasing or decreasing, or if I am, very little, like negligible. But that in itself could be a serious plan. I've had the idea either a road to 4,000 iRating or a road to the top 1,000 in road racing, because that's something I've achieved before. I remember during that time when I was getting close to 4,000 iRating, I was definitely within the top 1,000. I think I was out of every single road license driver of all time, you know, not just the active ones. Out of 75,000, I was what? I think I was 800. I think that's how high I got to the 800s. But now I guess I would be just outside the 1,000s, because last 3 races I've done, this is the first one obviously, I've bumped myself up from 3,300 to 3,500, so I suppose I'll be getting close, and I'm kind of hoping I can try and hit 4,000 at some point. It will be a nice milestone, get a little achievement. But that in itself could be a series I could try and make, a road to 1,000, to the top 1,000, or a road to 4,000. But what I really want to try and get started with is these live commentaries. I'm not too sure how to get started. I don't have a headphone with a mic in it. I have a separate mic, the Blue Snowball. So that'll be on my desk, and I'll be further back. I'm much further forward than I usually am, just to make sure that, you know, you can hear me. Hopefully you can. I'm not wasting about 9.5 minutes now of me talking. But yeah, I think that's the basic gist of my channel plans, and just something I want to do as a hobby, something that I want to try and do well at. I mean, it's all well and good being like good at something. I mean, trying not to sound like cocky or anything like that, but to be in a position on iRacing where you're like near the top 1,000, and but you've broken into the top 1,000 before, it kind of, you know, it boosts your confidence. You know, it help, you know, it makes you feel good, and that was one hell of a moment. Yeah. Somehow my oldest setup has a really bad rear brakes, but it's manageable now. I had to like increase the front brake bias, but I mean, to be like in such a position where you're in the top 1,000 of like 75,000 people, it's great, but it feels better to be able to have like a little community, like a few, like 100 or so people, whatever, you know, because currently I have what, 180 subscribers, 140 followers on Twitter. I'll leave a link to my Twitter if you want to have a look in the description. I might actually put like a little annotation or something now. If, you know, just if you want to have a little, if you want to stalk me legally or something like that. But to know that there's about, you know, nearly 200 people who give a bit of a damn about you and what you're producing and how you're driving and where you're at. It's nice. It's a nice feeling, and it's something that I want to try and grow. Something I want to use to motivate me. This isn't just me being on a power trip, trying to grow my channel and trying to do my best on iRacing. I wanna have something to motivate me, something that will really help me get me through the day. I'm not a very I suppose I'm not a very happy person really, but if I have something to be happy about, something to motivate me to do better, to produce, you know, more content and to upload more videos, I suppose that is something that will help me in the long run. And hopefully I'm doing a good job now. Hopefully I'm doing a good enough job, I suppose. Because again, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to doing a commentary like this, like just speaking off the top of my head, speaking about anything. So yeah, hopefully when I'm doing the live commentaries, which I do plan on doing, and hopefully I do stick with this. I want to stick with this, and I don't want to get into my head that, oh, if this video doesn't get X amount of views and likes, I'm not going to bother. I'm more concerned about the views. I just want to know that there's a good amount of people watching and I can get a good amount. Yeah, I guess my goal is to always try and get my view count as close to my subscriber count as possible. And I'm kind of going to rely on the iRacing forums to link my video to get those views up, hopefully try and get my subscriber level up, get that motivation to do more and try and grow my channel eventually independently. I don't want to do this whole follow for follow thing, sub for sub thing. I don't mind like sharing my video like a forum or something. I've always done that. You can see in my other onboards, like for the, I think it was season 2, or maybe it was the last season of GT3. The exact same track. I linked my race, and it got 360 something views, and that was just me driving about, no commentary, no nothing. And I'm thinking, if I'm talking, if I'm actually getting people's attention, if I'm like getting across my feelings and all that stuff, I think maybe I might, you know, people might be interested in this, and like people might be like saying, oh, you know, I like this guy, you know, I'll listen to him, he's good, yeah, I'll pop a subscription, good driving. Yeah, but yeah, that's just my thoughts. That's just my train of thought. It's kind of weird, like thinking that you think like that. I don't know. I mean, I just have this paranoia that maybe I'm sounding too cocky, or maybe I'm sounding too confident. And honestly, I'm not confident, and I'm trying not to sound cocky in any way. I guess that's just a byproduct of me, like just talking off the top of my head, no script or anything. But see, now this video was just going to be about me like give you my channel plans and maybe like talking a bit about the video, what's going on. I just ended up going on a tangent, let's talk about this, let's talk about that. I guess that's a good thing, because at least what I'm talking, I'm talking. And hopefully I can try and mirror that in live commentary. I'm very used to talking while driving without affecting my performance, or at least I think I do. So I'm hoping that I can achieve that. Now I've just noticed that I'm sitting at an angle, so my voice is coming in at a little angle. So anyone who's listening on, I think that'll be the left side of the headphones. Yeah, sorry. You can hear my voice a bit more, and I can't be bothered to move about. I mean, what I'm moving about now. But yeah, I'm just gonna sit like this. I feel more comfortable doing this. But when I'm doing these live commentaries, I'll try my best to not just like describe or talk about what I'm doing at the present time. I'll try and think of like a topic to talk about while I'm driving. So, well, with F1 coming to a close, there might not be much left. So that might be a bit difficult, but of course there's always more stuff to talk about with F1 and MotoGP and all that stuff. And of course I could just talk about iRacing as well, like anything that happens with iRacing. And coming back to iRacing, obviously I've come back at an interesting time. So there's a new car out, the Holden, I think. That's a V8 supercar, and to be fair, I don't really give a damn about the V8 supercars. Usually the V8s are just like, it's mostly populated, like the races are usually only highly populated during the Australian time zone, so like when the Australians are awake and racing, and there's not that many people actually racing in V8s around, you know, in Europe and in America, which is a shame. I would like to like probably try and drive that. Also got driver swaps teams, which is pretty interesting in itself, and hopefully there can be more content which kind of makes this team racing thing more relevant. I mean, like, there needs to be more endurance racing cars out here. I mean, you've only got the HPD, the 4GT, the original 4GT. That's got a GT3 update, and no one's driving the 4GT3. I'm seeing no 4GT3s. I'm not helping, but it's like, you know, come on, please, someone race. But if you can hear my sniffling nose, I've got a bit of a cold. I'm still kind of recovering from the illness, I suppose. That's the official story. But what was I on about? Yeah. So with the you have the World Sports Car Series in iRacing, and of course GT3 and the World Sports Car Series have team variations of the series. So you have a team series of GT3, a team series of World Sports Cars. They're in the lower licenses. I don't know why, but I guess it's one way to try and get people to race earlier, and to get people to actually race in it, because some people might find it difficult to get to the next license or whatever. But at this point, I mean, I haven't actually checked, but to me it doesn't look like they're well populated, and it can be pretty difficult to try and like find a team to race with. I mean, I'm pretty lucky. I'm with Avid Chronic Racing, or at least I think I still am. I haven't been told I've been kicked out, and I haven't been told I'm still in, but I'm still racing my colours. But I'll still promote their team, and they're a great team. I just don't talk to them as much as I used to, because, well, I stopped playing iRacing before a good amount of time. I think about 3 months. But in the World Sports Car, you only have the HBD, which is an LMP2 car, the 4GT, the Corvette, and recently, oh no, actually, the Corvette got its own series now. It's what was it? It's a Riley now. So you got basically I think they tried to spice, like, kind of make it more LMP1, LMP2. So even though the HBD is more of an LMP2 GT2 car they made of the Top Gas. Then you got the Riley, then you've got the Ford GT, and then you got the Roof C-Spec. That was to kind of try and portray a more realistic feel, I suppose. And the thing is, there's just not enough, and I know it's very difficult for iRacing to get a license and then produce a car and track, because we have a very limited workforce, and it's kind of a detriment to them, because there's a lot more. I mean, the problem is, I mean, I know they laser scan everything, but they're just not producing content quickly enough, and I think that's going to be, as Assetto Corsa develops, as Project Cars gets released, and any other sim in the works, that's going to become a very key issue. I mean, you're going to get more people leaving iRacing to try Assetto Corsa and Project Cars, and if no more content comes out, if there's no more updates to the game, or if it's very slow, you're going to get people leaving, and that's definitely a problem for iRacing. And to try and get back onto this endurance racing topic with the team racing, I kind of, it's very, I mean, we don't even have Le Mans a license yet. I mean, they're trying to get a license. We do have the Nürburgring coming, but that, again, I don't know how long that'll take. I think they have the laser scans of Monza, Imola, the Nürburgring all like done, and they're just trying to get the content out as quick as possible. Monza's the next track to be released, followed by Imola. I don't know when the Nürburgring is going to be released, but at the same time, you have to try and produce a car, and with their limited workforce and how long they take, who knows how long we have to wait for all that stuff. But the more that arrives, and the quicker it arrives, the better. And if iRacing can try and get more up-to-date cars, more of recent timescales, so what? Because a lot of the cars which we have are pretty dated, especially the HPD, the Riley, Corvette maybe? I'm not too sure. We definitely got the Corvette pretty early on, but it's very. I mean, it's a shame, because iRacing, they focus so much on it being as simulated as possible with all the laser scans. Because of all that, it takes so long to get content, it takes so long to license stuff, because you're getting a direct copy of a car. It's not like Audi are just going to say, oh yeah, have a 2014 like car and just laser scan it. Like, I doubt anyone's going to like look at it. Well, actually that could be true. Audi's been crap this year. Let's say Toyota. So yeah, Toyota would say, no, we just won a championship with this car. We're not willing to like license this yet. Maybe later. And then at that point the car's dated. But at the same time, you can see the use of having like a proper LMP1 car, which is I suppose as modern as you can get it, as you know, because of course the teams who are licensing these cars, the cars are getting laser scanned, and it's very much possible that like another team could go on the service and just like collect data. I mean, it's possible. I mean, iRacing is it's a simulator. I mean, it's not like super simulator. It's a pretty good simulator, and you can still get a lot of information from it. So you got, you know, that's probably why it's so difficult for iRacing to get content, and the small workforce and the time it takes to actually get it released is another detriment, which really needs addressing as soon as possible. Because you've got Assetto Corsa and Project Cars. It's just it's a very fine rope that iRacing is currently treading, and you kind of hope that, you know, I kind of hope, because you know you put a lot of money into iRacing, you have to license content individually. I mean, you only get a certain amount of free stuff in iRacing. So you, of course, when you first purchase your, when you first get your subscription, you get all these cars for free and stuff. But it gets to a point where if you really want to get someone iRacing, you need to buy some content. If you want to race every week, you need to buy some content. and it's you know, it's a very, a lot of people don't like that business model, but again, small workforce, we have to keep the servers. These are dedicated servers. I mean, the netcode can be a bit of a hassle sometimes, but it's better than like having F1 2014 style servers. I mean, even like Assetto Corsa can have issues where all the cars are disappearing and are jumping and all that stuff. With iRacing, you don't get that. I mean, you get the odd blinking, which is cars just like, you know, the latency gets so bad the car has to like physically like disappear for a moment to make sure all the drivers around are safe. Of course, that can be a bit distracting, but it's better than like a car like, you know, zipping around the track with insane latency and crashing into you. So yeah, back onto team racing is a good idea. It's a very good introduction. I mean, it kind of puts an official stance on iRacing teams already like organised. I mean, you can invite your drivers into an official team. So I've been invited into Avid Chronic Racing. I haven't been kicked out yet, so I'm obviously probably still am in Avid Chronic Racing. But yeah, it's a good addition. It just needs more solidifying. It needs more reason to it, and the best reasoning you'll get is probably in the really long races and in leagues where endurance racing is like a thing. I think what Neo Endurance, I think that's a series. They're probably going to do team swaps because what 6-hour races I think they do, which is incredible. I mean, even if that's just 2 drivers, it's 3 hours each. I mean, it's pretty like Jesus Christ, God, wow, like credit where credit's due. But yeah. Now hopefully if my mic hasn't completely focused on the left side, I think, of your ear, and the left on your left ear, then I've managed to ramble on for about 27 minutes. I don't know how I've done that, but I guess that's a good start. I mean, I'd be surprised if someone reached this far. I don't know how captive of a person I am, like to listen to, but this last part of the race is pretty damn amazing because basically what happened, I think all 4 of us at the front were running out of fuel. we were like, I think you'll see me at one point like, well, I just end up sticking it on the fuel meter because I'm like, oh crap, I've not got enough fuel left. So for like the next, well, for the final few laps, all 4 of us are battling. Well, I think there's 5 of us actually. Yeah, there's a 5th one. Was keeping up, but never really fought with us. But we're all trying to fight for a position and make sure we stay ahead. But we have to save fuel at the same time. And we're short shifting, we're lifting off, we're coasting through corners, and we're looking at our fuel gauges, and it's like we still haven't got enough fuel. We were crossing the line with exactly like 2 laps of fuel left, like 2.0, like 1.0, and you're like, the car could give up before that, easily give up before that. This does become really interesting at the end, and oh my god, it was amazing. From my first race back, it was great to be able to like be fighting up the front, despite being away, despite the little practice I had. I mean, I did have a setup from last season, or the season prior, to work with. But again, I had to adjust the brake bias because my rear brakes were locking up like mad. You would have seen throughout the onboard I've been like correcting a hell of a lot through the final corner because of the back of the car just wants to slide out because the brakes are locking up. There's so much bias to the rear brakes, which it's not used to anymore. The car doesn't seem to be used to anymore, so I had to adjust it so there's more front bias. But as you can see on a fuel meter, not much left, not much fuel left. As I slowly die from a cold, we are coming to the end of the video. So, there's a cough and sneeze on me and stuff. Let's just round up what I've said before I die and my nose becomes completely blocked. because it seems to do that a lot. I don't know why. Whenever I talk for long periods of time, my nose gets blocked up, especially when I have a cold, which is annoying as hell. I'm trying to be as perfect as possible. I'm trying to make a good impression. If you're still watching, I'm amazed, like, how much thanks do I need to give the people who are still watching at this point. If you are, please subscribe, put a like, all that stuff. I'll have that in the description anyway. I mean, it's just something I have to do. We're coming up to a final lap. Sum up, channel plans. Try and get some should you plays done. Every now and again. Live commentaries, at least one per week. Try and make a series out of it. And yeah, I'll let you watch this last bit of the race and see what happens. And yeah, thanks. If you're still listening, you're still watching, thank you very much. Seriously, I'm very, very grateful. And see ya.
There's the flag, it's over. Great job, you did really well.
Luciano, guys.